We are live. What's up, everyone? On Instagram, good to see you all over there. Facebook, our Magical Healing Group, our page. Good to see you all on this end. Instagram over here. I'm going to be doing an awesome little talk today about how to stop giving a shit what other people think because we are heavily programmed into caring what everyone else thinks about us. And that holds you back from your purpose. It holds you back from speaking your truth. It holds you back from aligning with your soul family and caring what other people think. That will burn up resentment within you like to such a deep level. So we got to overcome caring what everyone else thinks and just be authentically who we are. And yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're first going to talk about how society has conditioned all of us to care what everyone else thinks, mainly to keep us under control, like all the other bullshit indoctrinated programs like mainstream media, like indoctrinated religion. It even starts in the school system. Since we were like grade school kids. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see you guys on here. I have the comments on. So yeah, any questions, comments, feel free to jump in and chat when you want to. Again, I'm excited because I love this topic because part of my purpose is to develop and empower people. And one of the first programs I have to deprogram in people either I've professionally trained or personally mentored is to stop giving a shit what people think about you. But it's a deep program. Since we're like kids, since we were like kids in school, we're programmed to care what our teachers think about us and what our parents think about us and what our friends think about us. And that gets programmed deeper and deeper and deeper to the point where your authentic self is about to explode, wanting to be who you are and talk about your gifts, but you can't because you care so much what everyone else is thinking. So let's talk about it. I got a few notes up here. So first, I was going to talk about why or how, or here we go. Grade school, not caring, not teachers. Yes. So let's talk about how it actually starts. People, even from, again, it starts in grade school. Early on, the system itself tries to indoctrinate us to care what other people think more than what our message is, more than what we really want to put out there. So it starts literally in school, and there's a few reasons for it too. And to explain why this is important, it holds you back from so many things. Being authentically you, like who you really are, your purposes. Like so many people I've spoke to have incredible ideas or gifts or all these things they want to bring out to the world, but they're so afraid of failing, or they're afraid of putting their message out there because what other people are going to think. And that stuff will hold you back consistently. So what would you say on here? I got a few little comments. Cool. Yep. I definitely agree. So one of the first things to understand with this is understand that your value is not found in what anybody else thinks about you at all. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what your parents think. It doesn't matter what your family thinks. It doesn't matter what your friends think. All that matters is what you feel about yourself. Right? That's all that actually really matters, is how you feel about yourself. Your value is found within you. It has nothing to do with what anyone else thinks about you. It's really all you. Self-care, self-love, what you feel and think about yourself is what's truly going to drive all that. And it's important to deeply understand that, because people spend years and decades, and some people spend their whole lives trying to gain the approval of people that aren't even them, that are outside of them. And here's a reality. You're never going to gain the approval of everyone. You're never going to gain the approval of all your friends or all your family. Like, there's no point in that. It's deeply knowing that your value is within you. You have no one to gain the approval of. Just be authentically you, your most truest, most authentic self, and that'll shine through. And that's all that really matters. Again, one of the ways they've used that to control us consistently is through news outlets, by telling us what to think. And it creates massive division. Their goal is to create that division, create that confusion, I listen to Tom McDonald's a fantastic rapper. If you've never heard of Tom McDonald, look him up, listen to him, huge fan. But he talks about it all the time. They use like mainstream music to indoctrinate and condition us into like buying all these things and and showing out. And then they use news to divide us. And it's all a program. And foundationally, it's keeping people caring what other people think about you, right? So it's one of the first hurdles you have to overcome to step into your power, to step into your purpose, to really get that universal flow going of creating whatever it is you want to create in your life. You have to overcome caring what people think about you. And as soon as you start taking steps towards that, it gets easier and easier, right? So a couple notes on that make it a little easier too. Here, understand there's always going to be some people that don't align with your message. There just is. Like Megan and I ran into that big time when we got into the plant medicine and psychedelic scene. There was, I mean, wow, I would say 95%, I'm not even shitting you, 95% of the people that I used to align with, that I used to talk to, that I used to hang out with before my, I guess you'd call it a spiritual awakening, they all fell off. They all fell off, every one of them, including family. Like I literally don't even talk to any family anymore besides my mom. Nobody. Really, I don't. And that's not a judgment thing, and I'd hold nothing against them. I still have nothing but love for them, but it's different alignment. It's different paths. If I gave a shit what my parents thought, what my dad thought, then I would still be living inauthentically, probably still be drinking heavily, and I would still be in that matrix trap if I actually cared what they thought. But I had to release that and not care what they thought and be my authentic self. And I'll never forget that conversation. For those of you that follow Magical, this was, gosh, 7-8 years ago, but when I was going through my awakening and I experienced LSD and I experienced psilocybin, it was so beautiful and beneficial for me. And I knew my family was incredibly indoctrinated and incredibly programmed into the system and incredibly Agent Smith oriented, if you know what that means from the Matrix. But I had a decision to make. I had to be honest with myself. I was like, no, psilocybin is helping me immensely. And I said that. And I lost those relationships. I did. I lost them forever. I don't know. But for the past 7 years, I've lost them. And I'm not saying that to complain because I've never been more free. I can speak about psilocybin all I want, and I'm not worried that my family is going to judge me for it. Is that an original thing? Yeah. When that first happened, that sucked. And I went through a bit of a trauma through it. I really did. Thankful to my wife, thankful to ayahuasca, thankful to things that helped me go back and process that. Excuse me. And it was beautiful, but I had to step into my power. I had to speak about the things I knew were true, that these medicines are beautiful. And I don't care what the law says about them. I don't care what the government, who doesn't really love you and doesn't really looking out for you, says about them. I care what my experience is. I don't care what a book says. I care about my experience that I'm physically experiencing. And I physically experienced healing from these medicines. So I don't care if people are scared of the medicines. I don't care if people are indoctrinated by religion and think that they're the devil. I don't care, because it's my experience and I found healing from it. And my wife found healing from it. And my experience is more important than what other people are fear-based conditioned into thinking. And fear is the number one way to control people. Fear, the number one way to control people. Fear, foundationally, is a lack of faith. And you're giving power to something outside of yourself. If you give power to something outside of yourself, you lose that power, right? So fear does that. But that's a big lesson I had to go through early on, was really stepping into my power and being able to talk about the medicines that are super important to me, plant medicine, psychedelics. And I urge everyone, anything that's on your heart and true to you, there's a reason that it is on your heart. There's a reason why it's important to you. So whenever it feels right, don't be afraid to speak on it. When you feel the time is right, speak on it. Speak your truth, whatever that may be. And another thing to know, we're also connected, and universally, we're wired for helping people. We're wired for service. So your message and your story and whatever it is you're doing could potentially help someone else. It could change someone else's life. It could save someone else's life. You never know what message could be reaching someone. And that one person, because you had the bravery to speak your truth, even though it's uncomfortable and it may not be popular, that message could touch someone else that could potentially positively impact their life in a beautiful way. And that's worth more. That one person is worth more than 10 people that will judge you because of their own preconceived notions and their own limited beliefs. Don't let other people's limited beliefs stop you from speaking your truth. Don't let other people's smaller viewpoint and controlled mindset of falling in line and listening to the loving government, quote unquote, stop you from speaking your truth that has been impactful to you, that could help the world. Like, don't let that happen. Too many people are letting that happen, right? Speak your truth. And you know what? Your tribe's going to get there. Is it lonely at first? Probably. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Whenever we first started speaking our truths, absolutely it got lonely. A shitload of our friends fell off. A bunch of family fell off. Still has fallen off. But you know who came into our lives? Incredible, loving people that were authentic, that we immediately connected with, that we're closer to than any of our old people we were close to. Even I'm closer to some friends than I am family now, because it's heart-centered. There's no aspect of judgment. It's authentic. It's unconditional love. See, we aren't actually indoctrinated into a system of unconditional love. We're brought into a system of judgmental love, of conditional love. It's conditional. I will love you as long as you abide by the standards and align with the mindset that I expect of you. That's the system. That's what they are trying. That's what they want you like. And again, this is not a judgment thing at all. Please understand that. All I can do is speak from my experience, but that was my experience with even my dad. Like, it really was. Like, there was love until I didn't want to continue going in the Marine Corps, until I found these plant medicines, and then it was conditional, right? Because of that, because I spoke my truth, because I continue to very publicly speak my truth about plant medicines, about psychedelics, about this spiritual war, there's no aspect of outward love there. That's called conditional love, which isn't real love. It's not. Unconditional love. It doesn't mean you have to like and align with everyone someone says, but you can still unconditionally love them, right? So be authentic, speak your truth. Don't let those things stop you from speaking your truth and being who you really are. Because when you do speak your truth and you step out and you take those risks and you tell the universe you're ready to step into your power, your soul family will come align with you. You will meet people, and the universe will bring you people that are in alignment with where you're going with your purpose in your life. Will people fall out of your life? 100%. But new people will fall into your life, and those things are powerful. Those relationships are so much more powerful than the superficial, materialistic, conditional love-based relationships that we're all brought into the world with. The conditional love, superficial relationships that a lot of us spent 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in, if you've noticed, as this spiritual awakening is happening and the ascension is happening, those relationships are falling off. And it's a little scary at first, but again, new people get brought into it, right? And it's all for a higher purpose. It's all for this beautiful mission that we're all on, the reason we came here. So understand that your values within you. Again, the point of this message is to stop caring what other people think. Continuously work on that every day, to just be authentic, put yourself out there. Like, and again, I call it my matrix business. But as you all know, my wife and I run Magical, love Magical. Magical has huge divine missions to heal the world. Where we do incredible mushroom ceremonies every month. We have an amazing retreat that's coming up. But on the other side of it, some of you know this, some of you don't. I run another business called Defend Your Home. It's an ADT authorized dealer, and I freaking love it. I just moved into an executive position there, and I hired someone that is running the business for me. His name's Cameron. He's amazing, an amazing soul. But I use that as a platform to develop and empower people. The reason I'm telling you this is I'll give you a very direct example of a way that you can really rock your mindset and stop caring what people think. And this is why I grew that business, is door-to-door sales. From the time of 19 to 24, I personally did door-to-door sales for those years. And it was the best thing that could have happened to me, because I talked to 200 people, random people a day, and you have to really overcome your care you're caring what other people think. You're going to fail a lot. You're going to hear no a lot. But those are the things that hold people back in this life. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, scared of what other people think. Look, I'm telling you right now, if you're around Austin and you want a freaking crash course in overcoming that shit, shoot me a DM and I'll let you go out with my team for a week. In 1 week, your mindset will grow faster than most other places in a year. I guarantee you that. But do things that challenge your mindset. Do things that make you uncomfortable. Get out of your comfort zone, right? We want to stay in our comfort zone and stay safe and stay comfortable, but we're created to challenge ourselves, to grow, to stretch, to be authentic, to not fit the freaking mold, like to not fit into a box, right? That's why our whole school system needs to falter, because all it is putting kids in a box and tell them to think one way and tell them to care what their teachers think and giving them these tests that don't even have anything to do with their creative ability. And most of all, doesn't talk about the power you have within yourself. It's talking about things outside of yourself, right? So again, take uncomfortable actions and ask yourself, how bad do you actually want to live your purpose? Like, how bad do you actually want to live your purpose? Is living your purpose and living an authentic life more important to you than conforming and being afraid of what other people think about you? What is more important? Living a life of purpose and authenticity, or never taking a risk and giving a shit what everyone else thinks that you're probably never going to meet and that have their own issues going on, so they're actually too worried about themselves to care about you? That's what it comes down to. Let's see. I wish I was in your, I wish this was telling me who was talking. This freaking software I'm using on Facebook doesn't tell me who is saying this, but I'm going to jump on my little phone to see if I can see who's saying this to me real quick. Wish I could bring my sound system and play music in your sessions. Oh, gosh, who is saying this? I want to know. Let's see. Oh, this Fran. What's up, Fran? Lori, what's up? South Austin, One Rock right away. What's up? Isaiah. Lori, cool. Yeah, Lori, you would freaking love it. It's fun. Isaiah's here. Isaiah's one of my reps. Isaiah's amazing. Just saying what's up. Oh, the mushrooms, they are powerful and healing. Yes, if Ashley Aurora and Francisco Osa, I don't probably said your name wrong, are on here right now. Follow them. Wow, what powerhouses and people with beautiful messages. I'm using a software that sends this to 4 different places, and it's not showing me who's speaking. That's why I'm trying to jump on and know who's talking to me. But yeah, I just wanted to get that across to everyone. Don't care what someone thinks. Be true to your heart. Be true to yourself. It's worth it. It's fulfilling. And you're on a mission here. And our mission is to break the mold and disrupt some shit. You know, let's be real. Let's be authentic. I love every one of you. Any questions, DM me. Do want to mention we do have 4 spots available for our mushroom healing ceremony. April 24th. It's Magical's last healing ceremony till August because of our Belize retreat that is going to be June 10th to 21st. We still have 7 tickets for that. If these medicines like ayahuasca are calling to you, DM me. I'm happy to give you info on that. We have a badass early bird special. If you're around Austin, hit me up. April 24th. It's our last mushroom ceremony for a while. Have love for every one of you. Be authentic. Be yourself. Don't give a shit what people think. Work on it every day. Happy healing, everyone.